consumers. We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Murder, crime, poverty, these things don't concern me. What concerns me are celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels.
I thought we'd look in these boxes, and this stuff I think is mainly Star Wars in these two boxes. I've got more boxes, but it's a matter of digging for them and stuff, so I figured we'd start with the ones I could get to. This side up, huh? Let's see what we got here. Now, back in like the early 90s, I was graduating high school, a teenager and stuff, and I got real into Star Wars. Not that I wasn't as a kid, but I got really back into it, and especially when they re-released a bunch of stuff in the 90s for Star Wars, I really dove back into it. So I don't know what all's here, but we're going to take a look anyway. First off, it looks like we've got a X-Wing fighter model kit. It's a snap model kit. Display stand included. It's still sealed up. I think I bought like 2 of these, and I did one at the time, and then I kept one in the box. I still have a few of these that are in the box. I don't know if I held on to the models or not. Now, here you go. 1999 Star Wars calendar. Darth Vader reveals Anakin Skywalker. Mainly just kept it because it's Star Wars, and it's got, you know, artwork in it and stuff from Star Wars. It's just a calendar, you know, from 13 years ago. Not quite sure what all of these loose pictures and stuff are, or where they came from, or what they came out of. I'm pretty sure back in the day something I had got wet, like a couple of books or magazines, so I cut a bunch of stuff out of them. But Princess Leia, A Heroine's Tale. We click into the right. Sorry. Gotta mess with the stupid focus. Crack Shot, Ewok Princess, Commando, Rebel Leader, Trophy Girl, Rebel Spy, da-da-da-da-da. And then on the back, it's a Star Wars Galaxy magazine poster. Princess Leia there. Nice fold-out poster. I don't know how long this is going to take, or if you even give a crap. I'll try to keep focused on the stuff. Just another loose page with some pictures. I think at one point I was going to scan these pictures into the computer, and I never did. These came out of some the Star Wars Galaxy magazines, but I had also bought a technical guide, a manual hardcover book that these are also in, but I think that's what got wet is that book and a couple magazines. So some of the stuff got cut out of it, but it's like the schematics for AT-AT Walker and schematics for Vader's lightsaber. And for a while, even I got into doing this, designing these lightsabers in a program called Adobe Illustrator. It's kind of fun. I goofed around with it. I don't know whatever happened to those. I designed 5 or 6 of them, but I don't know. I might have some printouts of them around here somewhere, but I think I lost the files. I don't know how thrilling this is, but we'll keep looking. Here's the schematics for some more lightsabers. One at the top is the one Luke used in New Hope, the blue blade. That one below is Obi-Wan Kenobi's from New Hope. As you can see, it looks very similar to the one that Luke builds in Return of the Jedi. And then there's a schematic on the back of this for the Millennium Falcon and what all the compartments are and stuff, and they're numbered. It's kind of cool. Like I said, I don't know how much you all dig Star Wars or not, but, you know, for me it was a big deal. Now it's not as big a deal. It used to be a lot more. Star Destroyer with a schematic on the back. A lot of fold-outs. That Galaxy magazine was really cool. I don't know if they still make it or not. X-Wing schematic and blueprint. It's kind of cool. What's this? The Corellian Cruiser from the beginning of New Hope. B-Wing Fighter. B-Wing was always one of my favorites. They call it the B-Wing because it was shaped like a blade, not because it looked like a B. Like most of the other ones, the X-Wing looked like an X, the Y-Wing looked like a Y, but the B-Wing because it looked like a blade. This is the Hoth Cave and the medical frigate. Everybody wants to know what the medical frigate looked like. These are just starting to fall off of here now. That's great. Random picture Darth Vader. I don't know what this is. Come on, son of a bitch. Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2 BattleNet Edition. I think I kept it because the poster on the inside is pretty cool. Come on, son of a... There we go, yeah. That Warcraft 3 poster. That's pretty cool. It's a little... The corners are a little... They're not creased, but they're rolled up slightly. It looks like it was. I had it hanging up at one point as well because it's got thumbtack holes in the corners. Okay. Jesus, that was a puzzle. I think I'm going to set these to the side. They're just more of these schematic things. Supplement to the technical journal. The Imperial landing craft. Da 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 da. You don't really give a shit. What's this? Oh, that was the checklist for the figures and whether or not I had got them or not. Bought them back in the day. After a certain point, I kind of gave up, but until that point, we went at it. So, let's go here. Next thing we'll grab is this Slave 1 model. This was not put together. I never put it together. It has all the parts in it still and the instructions. For some reason, I don't know why this little piece of sandpaper's in here, but I never put this together. It's brand new. I mean, the pieces are still hooked to the deals. So, this was the only the only one of these models that I found at the time. So I decided I was gonna not put it together, but I think I'd either already peeled the shrink wrap off or that it had gotten damaged somehow. But over 40 parts. Oh, so let's keep rolling here. Limited edition B-Wing Fighter high gold finish tone. This one also was open, but I don't think it was put together. Yeah, same deal. It does not look gold either, does it? They said I think that's why I kept this one, because it said it was gold, and then when I open it up, it's not gold. It's gray. So, but not like you don't. There's no way to prove that it was gold, gray inside the package. But you know how it is. Let's see. I didn't just exclusively buy action figures when I was buying Star Wars stuff, so I started buying collectibles too. That's a Micro Machines Hoth Snowspeeder with two little dudes. Still in the box. I I didn't ever take any of these out of the box. They're still taped shut. Land Speeder for the Star Wars Power of the Force. And like I say, back in the day, you're thinking, oh, yeah, you're reading these price guides and shit, thinking you're going to make all this money when you're 65, you're going to sell all your toys. You're not going to sell your toys. Not unless they were really, really worth a lot of money, and I don't think that's going to be the case. Because they just saturate the market nowadays, and people know to take good care of their stuff, so... Blaster, Han's Blaster. Of course, it's orange because they didn't want people to mistake it for being a real gun. I don't know if the battery's still. Battery's still working it after 20 years of sitting. That's pretty cool. I'm surprised, actually. Power of the Force blaster rifle. Let's try it as well. Yes, it's working. The tip lights up, I guess. That's cool. Still twist tied in. Ooh, this is the mother load here. This is where the lightsabers are. Let me start with the first ones I got. The first one I got was the Star Wars Power of the Force electronic Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Still in the package. That one doesn't have the tape on the end. I might actually slid that one out just to see what it looked like. But the rest of these I'm pretty sure are in package with the tape still secured. Darth Vader. The boxes are a little kind of pushed in just over time, but they're not crushed, really. There's no real stress. There's a little bit of stress on that end there, but they're still in the box. And plus, you know, I've lugged these around probably. I've moved probably 5 times since I've owned all this stuff, and it's still hanging in there. Those were from Return of the Jedi. And then these 3 were from the Phantom Menace. I'm pretty sure I got these 3 out at the KB Toy and Hobby store out at the mall back in the day. We got Darth Maul double-bladed lightsaber, now with battery protector. Lightsaber blades flash on contact. Over 5 feet long. See, I never took this one out of the package, so I don't know how it actually works. Charge up sound, energy hum, battle crashes. Pretty cool. These just fit in here, too. These I actually found at KB, and they were a little harder to find than the Luke Skywalker and the Vader, and even the Darth Maul one seemed like there was a lot of them, but the Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber from Phantom Menace. I know they made some for Darth Sidious and what's his face? The other guy that Christopher Lee played. I can't think of it right now. I know they made lightsabers for them, but I never got them because I was kind of out of collecting this stuff at that point. And the Obi-Wan Kenobi Phantom Menace lightsaber still in the box. Extends over 3 feet. Glowing light beam. Battle crashes and the energy hum. So that's pretty cool. All of those are still in the package. You know, someday I'd really like to be able to put this stuff out and display it in a better manner, but I haven't had time, space, or the inclination to really want to do it. Sorry, I do have to put a little bit of this stuff back before we get back in this other box because I just stacked it all on top of it. It's like a puzzle. Look how it all fits in here, like freaking Jenga or something. Okay. Then all these magazines, and we're done with that box. This isn't even touching the action figures. I think this one actually has some action figures in it. And I don't think they're even Star Wars, so let's move to the next one here. Need to close it so I can stack crap on top of the other box. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, this one's not that full. Good. Good. Let's see. What's this? Star Wars customizable card game. Bought it, never played it. I never played any of those card games like Magic or Pokemon or anything like that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Another Micro Machines. This is a A-Wing fighter. Still in the box. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Then we had these 3 packages of things that were set up in like a display. You got the Death Star Escape with the Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Luke Skywalker action figures. Now you can't tell that those are Han and Luke because they have the helmets on. I wish they would have put the helmets on the floor, because I think there was a promo back in the day where you could order, I don't know, I think it was a Han Solo figure. This isn't it. What I did was I took a Luke Skywalker one and cut the head off. Well, maybe not. It would say Han Solo on it if I didn't. Nah, I'm pretty sure I glued that head on there, because I think the head would turn and this one doesn't. But I remember Lay's Potato Chips had a couple of promos. I think they did have one for Han in the Stormtrooper outfit, but they had one for the Ghost Kenobi as well, which I did end up with a couple of those. I have them around here somewhere. Cantina Showdown with Kenobi and Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan. That's pretty cool. Got kind of into those. I got quite a few of those, actually. Let's see what we got here. We got Jar Jar Binks, everybody's favorite, riding one of those weird duck things. There is some action figures, some X-Men figures in the bottom of this. Okay, another three pack. The Jedi Spirits. I'm pretty sure I got this out at KB Toys when I got the lightsabers. It's got the little Ghost Yoda and Anakin, and it's got the real Anakin, not the freaking replaced Anakin Skywalker Anakin in there, and Kenobi Ghost, which the Kenobi figure looks exactly the same for the Lay's Potato Chips, so I don't know. Alright, next are speeders or scooters. Let's see what we got here. Got a swoop bike. That was the Shadows of the Empire. There was only a few of these Shadows of the Empire things. I think there's 4 or 5 figures, and the swoop bike, and a couple of like dual pack type of things. Let's see what else we got here. Got a speeder bike with Leia Organa. Still in the package. Contains 1 vehicle, 1 figure, and 1 blaster. Ejects Leia. It looks like I've got 2 of these Princess Leia speeder bikes. Don't ask me why. Maybe it was a little harder to get a hold of the Princess Leia one. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Luke Skywalker in indoor gear speeder bike. His blows up the same way. So I'm not sure about that. Not sure why I have 2 Leias. And then the final one I've got here is the Imperial speeder bike and the orange box with the Biker Scout Stormtrooper still sealed. So that's the Star Wars stuff. It looks like the rest of the stuff is action figures. I don't know if they're all. It doesn't look like they're all X-Men, but we'll get into them. Let's see what we got here. We've got Beast, X-Men, Mutant Flipping Power, Toy Biz toy. Not sure about series and things like that. I don't remember. I used to know, but I don't really know anymore. Beast. Beast. He's a beast. Weapon X Wolverine with green hoses. 4th edition with a Quicksilver trading card in there. I remember back in the day there were some figures where the card inside was worth more than the figure was. So it brought the price of the figure, if you had it in box, up dramatically. Weapon X. Yeah, these aren't all X-Men. Here's the other Weapon X with red hoses. It was a KB Collector's Edition. So you had to get this at KB Toys to get the one with the red hoses. That's dedication there. This is mainly Wolverines. Let's see. Got Gambit. First series, this one is for sure. I'm pretty sure they made a series 2, but this is the first series one. I don't have one of those I always wanted the Magneto with the magnetic hands. That was like one of the very first series ones, but I don't think I have any of those early ones, those Marvel superheroes ones. Let's see. Know You're Enthralled. This one was always my favorite Wolverine one, was this one where he was in the classic X-Men yellow and blue outfit, 3rd edition. And it's got a Wolverine trading card in it. Slashing action. I don't remember. I thought there was some. This is back before eBay and stuff, so I think I got this at like a flea market or something. You know, somewhere where I had to pay, a little bit more for it because there wasn't really a. I mean, we're talking like 93, 94 before eBay and shit was going on. Weapon X 5th edition. No, this isn't Weapon X. Wolverine 5th edition. I don't remember what he was called with this outfit on. I think there was a green one where he was in a green as well as a black for the KB, but I don't think I got the green one. Knife thrusting. I don't think I have the Deadpool figure either. I wasn't a big X-Force fan. I mean, I liked X-Men, but I didn't like X-Force that much. Rogue. Exclusive t-shirt offer. Power uppercut punch. Button on the back to do it. Gifted with the powers of flight, super strength, and invulnerability, and cursed by the power to absorb the abilities, motives, and life forces of anyone she comes in contact with. Rogue considered herself an outcast from society until Professor X showed her how to use her abilities constructively as a member of the X-Men. Alright, now it appears what we have left in here are Wildcats figures. Now I know most of these aren't worth jack, but I didn't buy these because I thought they were going to be worth money. I bought them because I wanted complete sets and this and that. But Wildcats, we've got Maul, and I actually read Wildcats for a little while, so I think some of these cards were supposed to be autographed, in random packages, and there's no way to know if they're autographed unless you open it up. So I don't know. I could have a Jim Lee autographed card in these, and I'd have no clue. Spartan, I think he was the team leader. Zealot. Maybe they are missing. No, I think maybe there was a second series that had some of the different people in it. Because it's looking like they're all here. 3, 4, 5, 6. One of them's missing, and I think he might be in the other box. In another box. Warblade. And if I am missing one, I think I should be able to get it fairly cheap. There's one figure I'm missing from the Metal Gear Solid, the first edition of action figures they put out when the PlayStation 1 game came out. I got them all except I think I'm missing the big guy. I don't remember his name. Raven or not Raven. I can't think of the guy's name. I know I have a Revolver Ocelot and Snake and the wolf, the chick with the wolf, and Liquid Snake. I don't know. I know I'm missing one, and it like irritates me. Grifter. He's a grifter. Yeah, the Hellspawn. That's the one that's not in this box, or in this box. And I'm probably going to have to dig out the other one, so I don't know when I'm going to do another collections video like this. It might be a few weeks or something, but that's kind of cool, the Damonite. But, I don't know. I thought we'd take a look at some of this other junk that I've collected over the years. I know we've looked at the action figure cards and stuff. So I thought we'd take a look at some of this other action figure stuff that I had for a while. So anyway, folks, I'm going to sign off. Glad you checked this out.